football now from Everbank Stadium in Jacksonville. Today, a good matchup here in the AFC. It's the Buffalo Bills and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. The veteran Matt Prater has this one set to get started. And off we go from Jacksonville. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So here come the Jaguars, and Greg, it brings out Trevor Lawrence. Many ups and downs in his first 4 seasons. Now year 5 for the former #1 overall pick out of Clemson.
I don't know about you, Mike, but my biggest takeaway from our meeting with him was just how important it is that they get off to a fast start. He made it very clear. They wanted to put their opponent on their heels right from the jump. So I think early in this game, they're going to come out swinging right from their opening whistle.
Tight end motioning left. Here's carry #1 for Travis Etienne. And he moves forward out to the 29-yard line. Terrell Bernard, they're on the tackle.
A gain of a yard brings up and 9 at the 29-yard line.
Here's a 9. Throwing is Lawrence. A throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead big missed opportunities.
Lawrence from the gun here on 3rd down. He'll find his tight end. It's Strange. And he'll be brought down, but before they get this all the way up near midfield. 20-yard pickup there. That's good for a Jaguar. 1st down.
I think it's so critical to start the game fast. I mean, you hear every coach and player harp on it in their press interviews and in their It's something that everybody stresses, but it's easier said than done. So I think for them to come out and face an early 3rd down and be able to pick up a first and extend this possession, I think a long way towards everybody on that sideline and in that huddle just taking a deep breath.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Here's Etienne, and he will lose yardage on the play. They knock him back to midfield.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
3rd and 9. In motion comes Thomas. To throw is Lawrence. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
I really like the personnel adjustment by the defensive coordinator, Mike. They go dime coverage, so they're going to bring out 6 defensive backs, really play the pass and muddy it up with as many pass defenders as you can. Nowhere to go with the ball, and now we got to see, does the offensive coordinator, when he sees that dime package take the field, what answers does he have?
This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Bills offense are heading out, and they are led by the MVP of the National Football League, 29-year-old quarterback Josh Allen in the prime of his career.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings element of everyone else around, only in the huddle, But on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff, everyone is better as a result of him being your quarterback. Back's doing everything in his power to try to get that ball around the edge to the boundary, but just great pursuit there by this linebacker, staying with his angles, running through contact, and he makes the play behind the line.
To the air on second down. Here's Allen. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
And he's going to have a Bills first down, maybe by about a yard as they function.
A pickup of 2 yards. First down, Bills.
On play action, Allen, and he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. A 19-yard pickup there. First down, Buffalo.
Another Bills first down. A gain of
If you're going to give him this much time to scan the field, he's inevitably going to find an open man downfield like he does here. That's a great job remaining patient and letting that play develop.
Couple of first downs already on this drive, and they'll go first down from the 43. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down.
A gain of 9 brings up third down.
From the gun, it's Allen. And that is incomplete.
So prior to that third down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation at that down and distance. They had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up fourth down.
They'll try and throw for it with Allen. That is incomplete. Oh, they elected to throw on fourth and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on down. The Jaguars offense ready now for their second drive. They'll start with great field position right at midfield with a first down. Man in motion here is Washington. On first down, Lawrence. This one complete to Washington. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the 46-yard line.
From the 46, here's second and 6. Now here's Lawrence. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
Brings up third down and
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Third down. They'll set up to throw. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. They get 15 on that game. First down, Jacksonville.
And this is so much of the skill sets that we're seeing around the league at the running back position. You don't want to have to sub your running back off the field, Mike, when you build what they call these empty or 5 wide sets. Can you keep your running back and run true receiver routes and be a threat? There's a lot of big plays to be made. Yeah, so it seemed the second they broke the huddle, Mike, that there was some confusion. I'm not sure everybody got on the same page before that ball was snapped.
2nd and 10. Run the toss here to Etienne. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him. Take him down behind the line.
Taken down back at the 34-yard
Mike, typically speaking,
line.
the job of the defensive end on outside run plays is to set the edge of the defense, make everything, try to cut back in. But in this case, he does a great job of actually stringing this play out sideways. He's able to bring the ball carrier down for a loss.
From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. That ball is caught on the sideline, and both feet inbounds. A big 3rd down pickup for a 1st down. A gain of 16, good enough for a 1st down.
That's just playing quarterback at a really high level, Mike. I mean, once he realizes his initial pre-snap read has changed, he just calmly goes through his progressions against this zone look. He ends up delivering a strike, and they keep the drive alive.
He was brought down by Matt Milano. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 15-yard line.
They face 2nd down and 7. They go play action for Lawrence. Get this to the tight end, Johnny Munt. And he'll be taken down, but we have a chance for the first points of this game as they've set up 1st and goal.
1st and goal.
This is a great example of why teams want to stay out of what they call passing downs. We're at the run. In this case, they do. And, man, the play-action pass just works off of that and can really lead to some chunk plays.
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Travis Etienne. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Cam Little comes on now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Jaguars will take a 7-0 lead.
Jaguars 7. Bills.
Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Johnson now to return. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Bills offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. Play action here with Allen. And no chance to Joe. That one good for just a couple.
Get to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, here is Allen. This one downfield, complete to Cooks. They get 25 on that connection. Good for a Bills 1st down.
1st down. It's a gain of 25 yards. And the Bills 1st down.
from the shotgun. It's Allen. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
I'm not sure what it was, Mike, but there was something off about that play from the jump. I'm not sure if it was the body language or the on-the-line of scrimmage communication, but it was pretty clear to me that they weren't on the same page, and I think the result showed.
To the air once more is Allen. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looked like he might have gotten there early.
Automatic first down.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. They run out of the gun. It's Cook. Not much happening there. Just a short game.
Defense. Still first down.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. That's Palmer, the man in motion. From the gun. Throw here for Allen. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Yeah, so this just really comes down to really good defense. You can tell the quarterback's trying to target something downfield, and when they take that away, typically there's something underneath, but they had all levels of the coverage accounted for, and that was a really nice job.
That's Palmer, the man in motion. Throwing again is Allen. They'll set up the screen to Cook. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20. Great timing to call the screen. It's a gain of 17 and a 1st down.
1st and 10.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often.
And he will get into the end zone. Khalil Shakir. Touchdown, Bills.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Now the veteran Matt Prater for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Bills will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. From the 6, here comes a return. That'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Jags offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with 1st down. Now Lawrence on the bootleg. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And he's not going to get too far. Tackled after a gain of just a yard.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 27-yard line.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 9. They put Strange in motion. Now second down throw for Lawrence. This pass is caught by Thomas. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. A gain of 11 on that one. That's good for a Jaguar first down.
38-yard line.
On the draw, the give to ETN. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
When you call a draw, Mike, what you're counting on is that the defense is in full pass mode. The linebackers in secondary are getting a lot of depth in their drops. The defensive line is just racing up the field thinking, I'm going to sack the quarterback. In this case, they're not so lucky. Not only do they not catch him off guard, they're not able to pick up any yards.
Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
For Brian Thomas Jr. Incomplete. Tre'Davious White on the coverage.
Third and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. This one hauled in by Thomas. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. Pair of sevens on the scoreboard. And we'll have more from Jacksonville after this. Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And the receiver with a fair catch, taken successfully, and that's where he'll turn it over to the offense. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with first and 10. They'll start on the ground with Cook. Solid running there. He takes this up near the 35. Great way to start the drive. A gain of 20 and a first down.
It's a gain of 20.
Watch the running back's patience here, Mike. He hits it. That's the key here. If he goes too fast, their linemen aren't ready yet. Really well executed. Great run.
That's Palmer, the man in motion. On first down, Allen. He connects with Palmer on that one. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4 at the 41-yard line.
From the 41, here's second down and 4. Here's Cook. Not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
The tight end Kincaid in motion. On third down, it's Allen. This one's just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
All right, so in these third and short, third and mediums, we're kind of seeing teams around the league, Mike, kind of start shifting to more of a run-down philosophy where they say, okay, even if we don't pick it up, we still have fourth down. So many teams around the league are playing with that philosophy. In this case, they keep it in the air, falls incomplete, just brings up a challenging fourth down decision.
On the return, here's Washington. And is going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. The drive begins with a carry from Etienne. And he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line.
Really nice job here defensively, not only to get the penetration and to clog those run lanes, but they're able to take him down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Throwing is Lawrence. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. Daquan Jones getting in for the sack, and that's going to lead to 3rd and very long.
And it looked like that zone coverage had his head a little bit spinning there, Mike. I'm not sure he got a real clear picture of what the defense was giving him, and as a result, he holds the ball a little bit longer than he would have liked, and the defense is able to get home.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. To throw is Lawrence. That pass to the sideline, nice job to bring it in and stay in bounds, but still short of that 1st down.
So barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it looks like this is going to be a 3-and-out. So this offense has to get to the sideline and regroup, figure out what went wrong, fix it, because they've got to be able to maintain possession the next time out.
And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up.
Roughing the kicker. Defense. Automatic 1st down.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Lawrence. That's complete to Etienne. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
14 more yards.
Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
The ability to generate explosive plays is the greatest correlation with the ability to score points. So every defense nowadays is trying to say, cannot let them throw the ball over our head. What does that do? Get you a little bit more depth in your drops. Makes it a little bit easier for some of these check down pickups. You know, there's a rule that's pretty simple when you're running routes against zone coverage, Mike, and it's as simple as if you're open, stay open. Instead, you see the receiver here, he ends up running to a covered window, and it just clouds the vision of the quarterback. Instead of throwing into a wide open target, he's now forced to throw into a contested area.
2nd down, Lawrence. Oh, man, it's Thomas. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Just take what the defense is giving you, and you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game. Now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
Now Lawrence. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
That's just a brutal miss, especially on 3rd down. If he delivers a good ball, Mike, that's a completion, 1st down, and this drive is alive. And I think he just tried to be a little too perfect, and he overshoots his target. He's not there in time to reel it in.
58-yard attempt.
Little's kick is good. And the Jaguars will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
So after the field goal, back out is Little to kick this one away. Johnson now to return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Bills offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, here's Allen. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays, but I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
To the air on 3rd down, here's Allen. He'll air one out for Palmer. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's 4th down.
That has to be a disappointing end to this drive. Just think, when they took the field on this possession, Mike, they're thinking they got a shot to go down there and take the lead, but they couldn't even get to midfield, let alone the end zone. If they end up getting another shot before halftime, they've got to find a way to have better execution than they did right here.
The Jaguars offense ready to see what they can do. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. They'll give it to ETN to start this drive. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick 1st down.
That's good for a Jaguars.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
They'll go back to ETN on 1st down. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. Now we'll get a stoppage here for an injured Bill. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Set to go now on 1st and 10. That is caught out wide on the RPO. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
To Parker, Washington. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 44-yard line.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 6. In motion is Myers. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And he'll finally be tracked down at the Bills' 6-yard line. A big play for Jacksonville. 39 yards.
Sometimes all it takes is that one key block to spring this back. He's just so good in open space, and man, that was a heck of a run, and it sets up 1st and goal.
A run on 1st and goal. He'll get maybe a yard down to the 4-yard line.
Matt Milano on the tackle. A pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. Man in motion here is Washington. Lawrence now on 2nd down. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
It's now 3rd.
He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difficult catches. And I would classify that one as tough, but you got to make...
And he'll take it on in. Brian Thomas. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Touchdown, Jaguars.
Little on now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Jaguars will get out in front 17-7.
17, Bills 7.
Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Johnson now to return. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Bills offense getting set to get back to work. They find themselves down 17-7 as this drive starts 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's Allen. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. They get 11 and quickly pick up a 1st down.
We're not real accustomed to seeing these sort of plays out of this guy. He's more of the dirty work, kind of behind-the-scenes role player. But tell you what, he keeps coming through for this offense, and he's going to find himself with a couple more touches.
Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
One of those plays where you like the idea, you just don't like the execution. I didn't feel the quarterback was overly comfortable in the pocket. Footwork, a little bit sloppy. All of a sudden now the pass is a little less accurate and an opportunity for a big shot. You end up falling short.
On 2nd down, Allen. Throw here down the field. Will fall incomplete.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier.
Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
And on that 3rd down, they thought an easy way to pick it up and get some positive yards would go to their quick game, but it didn't seem like the receiver and the quarterback were on the same page, and now brings up 4th down.
Fair catch, signaled for.
Brian Thomas now, and the Jaguars offense getting set for their next possession.
At their own 15-yard line.
ETN now on 1st and 10. Into space. Inside the 30. And they're not going to run him down. He goes all the way. 84 yards. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
Here's Cam Little for the PAT. He gets it to go, and the Jaguars up their lead. It's now 24-7. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Johnson now to return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Bills offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. Going to give it to Cook. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
He's brought down at the 31. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 31, here is 2nd and 8. From the gun, here is Allen. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. First down, Buffalo.
You get so caught up defending all of these weapons all over the field, and it's sometimes really easy to forget about the back. And in this case, the quarterback does a nice job just dropping the ball off in his check down, and he lets him.
1st and 10, it's Allen. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Number 4, James Cook. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 46-yard line.
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. From the gun, Josh Allen. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. When a bumped receiver couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
And really what stands out to me the most in this first half, Mike, is just there's very little separation among these receivers downfield. The quarterback has to throw into a lot of tight windows, contested catches, and they continue to do a nice job separating the ball from the man.
That is caught. Hooks gets the grab. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
And nothing matters if this protection isn't able to pick up that blitz. They do a fantastic job of stunting that pass rush just long enough to find an open man downfield.
The tight end Kincaid in motion. First and 10. Palmer, the man in motion. To the air once more is Allen. This one caught right side by Knox. He's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 40-yard line.
Second down, 8 yards to go. Throwing again is Allen. Man, that's the veteran, Cooks. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
It's going to be 3rd. They need 1. Throwing again. It's Allen. This one just too far for the receiver. Out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
But here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a 3rd and very reasonable. Incomplete on that 3rd down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
He'll try it now with Cook. And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it. And they stuff it on 4th down.
And a great job here by the defense, being strong up inside, forcing the ball carrier to have to bounce this out towards the sideline, and he can't get the corner, and they come up with a huge 4th down stop.
Travis Etienne and the Jaguar offense ready to get back to work. On 1st and 10, Lawrence. Over the middle, it is Strange. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. The Jags will use the first of their timeouts here, and they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this first half. In motion comes Thomas. The RPO, that one is complete. And he'll be out of bounds as the first down completion nets about 3.
Out of bounds at the 43-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Second down, they need 7. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. Open right side, that's Strange, the tight end. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
3rd and a yard. In motion comes Thomas. Lawrence from the gun here on 3rd down. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
It's 4th down.
Cam Little for this field goal attempt. Spotted at the 45. This is a 55-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Jaguars going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. So, after the field goal, back out is Little to kick this one away. Johnson now to return. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. James Cook and the rest of this Buffalo offense head back out. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense will need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. In motion, Shakir. On first down, it's Allen. To the left side, it's caught by Shakir. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in the opening half.
At the 39-yard line.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. From the gun, it's Allen. This one not quite on target. And too much, and that one falls incomplete.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
3rd and 2. Here we go. That's Palmer, the man in motion. 3rd and 2. Now Allen. Now timeout signal for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds until the break. Allen to his tight end, Kincaid, and the Bills have a first down.
1st and 10 at the
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Allen to throw again. He'll find his running back, Cook. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The veteran Matt Prater now out to try this field goal. This a 57-yard attempt. Prater's kick is good. And the Bills will cut into that lead. Halftime coming up. Let's go downstate. And Scott Hansen has the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to kickoff of this second half. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. The return, here comes Davis. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Bills offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. A short throw caught by Kincaid. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
Offside. Defense. That penalty is declined.
They'll go play action here with Allen. This one complete to Palmer. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
16 yards.
It's a gain of 16, and it's two nice plays to begin this drive.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
Catch is made there on the left side by Cooks. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's now second and 6 at the Jaguars' 43-yard line.
From the 43, here's second and 6. They'll run straight ahead with Cook. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. Devin Lloyd, the linebacker, there to stop him.
A 3-yard pickup. It's third down.
They'll come up to third and 3. Out of the gun, here's Allen. He'll try and get there on the ground. What a run, he brings it to the red zone. Taken down inside the 20-yard line. 25 yards, the pickup there. Good for a Bills first down.
You certainly can't fault the secondary here. The coverage was almost too good downfield on third down. The quarterback realized quickly there was nowhere for him to go with the ball, decides to become a runner. He's able to pick up the first down and some.
He'll take off again. And it's going to be first and goal coming up. Tackle made at the 5-yard line.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have first and goal.
The tight end Kincaid in motion. Here's Cook. He'll be wrapped up there down at the 3-yard line.
The tackle made at the 3-yard line. A gain of 3 brings up second and goal.
From a little closer, here's second and goal. So now they'll throw it with Allen. Over the top, he's got it. Khalil Shakir. Touchdown, Bills. 2 touchdowns for him now in the afternoon. The teamwork was just ideal there. Greg, we don't see practice all week, but we see it pay off in the game.
And when you have a wide receiver, Mike, that can operate near the sideline, it just increases the amount of space that quarterback has to work with. He knows that he can put that ball maybe a little bit further away from the defender, knowing he's got the guy on the other end to not only secure the catch, but to keep his feet in bounds for a touchdown.
Prater on to attempt the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Bills are able to cut the deficit to 10.
Jaguars 27, Bills 17.
So now, Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Travis Etienne and the Jaguar offense ready to get back to work. start on the ground. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Mike, anytime a toss play is called, the defense needs their safeties to get downhill now. Be among the first group of players to meet that running back, and in this case, he's able to take him down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Now a screen set up for ETN. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
A gain of a yard makes it 3rd and 11.
Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
Well, in a game that seems like it's gone all in their favor, that's kind of one of the rare cases where this offense didn't appear to be on the same page, because for as good as they have been all day long, this possession at least, they're going to stall out.
Punting unit comes on. Jaguars will kick it away. This fielded inside the 35. And it'll be a good return. He's able to get it up past the 40-yard line. So Allen and the Bills getting set for their next possession. They'll run the draw with Cook. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
To the air on second down. Here's Allen. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and inches.
Don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. They'll go with the sneak. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
And the Bills, first down. A gain on the play. First down, Bills.
Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, throw here for Allen. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 41-yard line.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 3. They go play action now. Here's Allen. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in.
So I don't think his fullback was his primary option on that play, but a really nice job by the quarterback working quickly through his progression, getting the ball down to his big fullback, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Give them 14 on that one. First down, Buffalo.
Bills, first down. A gain of 14. First down, Buffalo.
Now this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
That one too far out in front to be brought in, and it's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
To the air once more is Allen. And he'll take this down to the 6. That's good enough for first down. First and goal.
That's another Bills first down. First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Here's a run. And nothing developed there. He'll get back to the 5, and that's all.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up second and goal at the 5-yard line.
Now here's second and goal. One more time with Cook. Looking for a seam, but will not find one. He'll take this down to the 4-yard line.
And after putting together what's been a long and methodical drive, they suddenly find themselves on the verge of potentially stalling out. So this defense, they can get a stop here. That would feel like a pretty big win on a drive that's largely been dominated by the offense.
Allen going to throw here on third and goal. And that is incomplete.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
Field goal will make it a one-score game, but they want more here on fourth and goal. They'll try and throw for it with Allen. That is incomplete. The defense coming up big in the red zone. It's a turnover on down.
Result of the play.
The Jaguars offense about ready to take over once more. They'll start from their own 4. Not a lot of room for error back here. It's first and 10. Lawrence gives this one to Etienne. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Made by Joey Bosa. A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9 at the 4-yard line.
It is second and 9. Here's Lawrence. Reaching for it, the tight end couldn't bring it in. It's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. Down the field, but it falls incomplete.
I like the aggressiveness of taking the shot there, but the downside is, Mike, when you find yourself backed up this close to your own end zone, now it brings up fourth down. That is not an enviable situation to find yourselves in. You either got to punt this ball away and play field position, or if you keep that offense out there, you better have a play you feel really good about.
This will be returned from the other side of midfield. And it's a good return here, able to take it across the 50. Set up the offense with a short field. So Allen and the Bills getting set for their next possession. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. They'll run the toss with Cook. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake, it's Allen. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. The former first overall pick in 2022, Trayvon Walker, in for the sack. It is a loss of 8, and now it's 3rd down. From the gun, here is Allen. The open man is Palmer. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line. That's well done as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
I really like the rhythm that this offense has found. I mean, that 3rd down, that wasn't a layup by any means, but they made it look easy. Everybody was exactly where they needed to be. The quarterback did a nice job working through his progression, saying, okay, I understand this is zone defense. I understand where the limitations of the coverage are. I'm going to get to that spot on the field as fast as I can, deliver the ball, pick up the 1st down.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. From the 21, here's 2nd down and 6. From the gun, Josh Allen. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he's going to be out of bounds. Gain of just a couple. And now we've got 3rd down coming up.
And it's 3rd down.
In motion goes Cooks. Allen on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Contact, but no flags. Going to be 4th down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
So a big kick coming for the veteran Matt Prater. This to get back to a 1-possession game. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And they are indeed back within 1 score. So the field goal makes it a 1-score game here in the 4th quarter as they kick it away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Travis Etienne and the Jaguar offense ready to get back to work. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. On the give, it's Etienne. And he'll only get it to the 26-yard line, setting up 2nd and long.
He was brought down at the 26. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. That's going to be incomplete.
Incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
Third down and 8
You hear quarterback
yards to
coaches
go.
say it all the time. Let's get our guy easy completions. Well, that falls certainly into that category, Mike, but when you fail to connect on those, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Lawrence from the gun here on third down. He'll find his tight end. It's Strange. 12 yards on that hookup. First down, Jacksonville.
That's good for a Jaguars first down.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock, but the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the fourth quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that third down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up first downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again. I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one.
And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
Tackle made by Joey Bosa. It's a loss of 2. Brings up third down and 8.
They need 8 as they come up for third down. Man in motion here is Washington. Back to throw. Lawrence. That is knocked away downfield. Incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. Third down stop sets up fourth down.
And at this stage of the game, it's both teams that are really seeing who can make the big play to swing the game in their favor. And this time, it's the defense. He's able to get his hands on it. Mike, I think they're lucky he wasn't able to get both hands on it because it could have been even a bigger play.
A fair catch taken here. And it's going to come right at the 15-yard line.
At their own 16-yard
So Allen
line.
and the Bills getting set for their next possession. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. It's Allen. The pressure gets there, and down he goes.
They probably would have been better off just handing the ball off to the running back, Mike, because when they used him as a decoy, nobody fell for it. By the time he finished his fake and got his head around, the defense was all over him.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. From the gun, it's Allen. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable third down, getting some good yardage on that second down play.
It's actually a really nice job there on second down, putting this into a third and more manageable down and distance. Remember, they suffered that first down sack, and so often that can derail the drive, but they got a chance here to pick this up and maintain possession.
On third down, it's Allen. This one's just too far for the receiver out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
It's now fourth down.
The Bills bringing on the punt team. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the fourth quarter. Now, fair catch will be taken out near the 35-yard line. The Jaguars offense ready for this next possession. First and 10 now from the 36. get this out wide. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 39-yard line.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 7. On the handoff to TTN. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now it's 3rd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 5.
Here's Lawrence. Open man, right side. He's got it. They get 16 on that connection. That's good for a Jaguar. First down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conserved. You just hand off right, hand off left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out. I think the back just needs to be a little bit more decisive in the run game, and not everything is always going to be perfectly blocked, Mike. There's times where you just have to say, okay, let's get back past the line of scrimmage, pick a couple yards, and just keep this ball going forward.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I don't think this lead is insurmountable by any means, Mike, but they're going to have to find a way to take advantage of some of these possessions as they try to close this game out.
3rd and 10. Throwing is Lawrence. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
Seems like the quarterback was a little predetermined in his read. I think he decided even before seeing the coverage where that ball was going. Next time, read the coverage. Let the play unfold. Don't force something that's not there.
61-yard attempt.
And this one is off the mark. It is no good. And they will not be able to make this a 2-possession game.
You have to give him credit, Mike. I mean, that shows a lot of faith in your kicker, because that is an ambitious effort from that distance.
So Allen and the Bills getting set for their next possession. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. Working from the pistol. That's taken in. Keon Coleman. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. First time they've looked his way all game long. But he comes through with the grab and a first down.
This is a great opportunity now for the offense to really seize control of this game. They just saw their opponent miss a field goal try, come out aggressive on the ensuing possession, strike deep early. Now see if they can put this drive together and end it with some points. And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 4. A run up the middle with Cook. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
The ball carrier. Foya Sunday Aluakin on the tackle. It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Defense.
Automatic first down.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll run with Cook, and not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9. In motion, Shakir. Throwing on 2nd down. It's out. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
3rd down and 9. The slot man in motion right. On 3rd down, it's Josh Allen. He pulls it in around the 5. And he will easily pick up the 1st down. They've got 1st and goal coming up.
1st down. 1st and goal, Buffalo.
That's a really important pickup there on that last completion. Not only does it set up 1st and goal, but allows everybody in the huddle to just take a deep breath. We're no longer in this frantic offensive possession. Let's get our best play. Let's make sure everyone understands what to do, because we know we need to finish this off with 6 if we can. And now being 1st and goal is going to go a long way in allowing that to be possible.
That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. Wow, the coverage excellent there. It'll bring up 2nd and goal.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late, and it's probably a touchdown.
Another one from the 5, 2nd down and goal. Throwing again is Allen. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Khalil Shakir. Touchdown, Buffalo. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. A huge touchdown there in the 4th quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the 4th quarter. All even. 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? This is fielded inside the 5. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Jags offense ready to get back to work. This game all even now following that touchdown a moment ago, and they'll look to retake the lead on this drive that starts with 1st down. Now Lawrence on the bootleg. Open right side. That strains the tight end. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 33-yard line.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 8. Play action now. It's Lawrence. This one caught left side. That's strange. And he'll get about 7. Still short of that 1st down. And they'll try to convert it on 3rd down.
3rd down.
the sneak. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
It's a gain of a yard. That's good for a Jaguars first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
1st and 10. There's a short one. He's got Strange. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at their 49-yard line.
Here's 2nd down and 3. Man in motion here is Washington. That one is complete. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. Double as good there. They get the 1st down and save a timeout.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Now ETN. And they finally get him down, but not before he brings it to the 4-yard line. Now, 1st and goal. They'll run it here with ETN. And he's got another one. Travis Etienne. Touchdown, Jacksonville. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. And making a hat trick. That is his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. A big reason his team is on top.
And so far, Mike, this run game has been the difference, and we're going to see in the 2nd half. Now, can they protect this lead? Because, Mike, that's where a run game has its most value. And so far, this guy's been incredible.
Bills 27. Cam Little to kick
So the
off
lead is
for the
7 now. Here in this 4th quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. Davis now to return it, and he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. Here's 1st down. They'll drop to throw. He connects with Palmer on that one.
Complete to number 5, Josh Palmer. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 32-yard line.
It is 2nd down and 5. Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
So now after that last incompletion, this brings up a critical 3rd down. But remember, Mike, they don't have to get it all here in one play. They've got 3rd and 4th down. There's no punt, there's no kick. They've got to treat this like it's their final possession of the game, and they've got 2 downs to extend this drive.
That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation, and right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. And this game not quite in hand yet. Still, all 3 timeouts left for the defense, so they can't just kneel this one out, but 1 first down will essentially end the game. To the right, on the run, it's ETN. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to the second down play. They put Strange in motion. Once again, it's ETN. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's third down.
Back at the 39-yard line.
Here's Lawrence. Now a screen set up for ETN. And that one just too long to get going. They'll come up, stop him before the lineman could get out to lead the way.
It's 4th down.
So now, a big spot coming here. This to make it a 2-possession lead.
7-yard attempt.
This one has plenty of leg. And it is good. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage. So, after the field goal, back out is Little to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Davis. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Bills offense starting to trot out for this next possession. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here is Allen.
Allen's pass complete to Brandon Cooks. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 34-yard line.
Here comes 2nd down. From the gun, Josh Allen. Back to the left side where he's got Kincaid. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
It's a gain of 16 yards.
Allen to his tight end, Kincaid. And the Bills have a first down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Will be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this 4th quarter. So it's a win here for the Jaguars. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Jaguars are the winners here at home as we say, so long from Jacksonville.